and welcome to video Q&A. Yesterday we did a more formal presentation. This one's kind of being done on the fly, as you can tell. We have a distinguished panel of speakers and video producers and video people, and he's
so smart. He's so smart. You got a chair.
He sits in the hot seat.
Have more chair.
Yeah. We're going to go over and stand now. At Steve Garfield from @stevegarfield.com, at Joselin at joselinmana.com, and bostonspeedup.com. Paul Eisen, video producer, at Paul Eisen. Mike Langford at Nomex3, and at Investments, his new dealie. And I don't know, he got that Twitter name, at Investments. Think of the money he can make just selling that. And then at That Beach, that's Tom Beach. He's also a video producer down in the South Shore. And I'm Skip Bensley. I produce videos and audiovisual type stuff. So rather than lead a formal presentation, we wanted to answer any questions that you possibly had about video. So, having said that, if you have a question, if there's something that you don't understand about video, or there's something you want to know about video, please just yell it out and we'll try to answer it as best we can.
Do we have internet too? Do we have internet too, if we need it?
Do we have internet too? Yeah, we got a laptop. If you want to pull examples.
Great.
Cool. Yvonne.
Yeah, I have a question. Hi. Well, you're starting out with video, online video. I mean, is this the best camera to use, or is there something a little bit better, but
yes,
not too expensive?
that is the best camera to use. Whatever camera you have is the best camera to start with online video.
Yeah, but this thing only tapes for a few minutes at a time and just cuts off. And
so for the first 2 years that I did online video, I used this Canon S100 or something, and it did 320 by 240 or something like that. And for 2 years, I shot little clips and put them on the web. This was like 2004, 2005. Okay. And I didn't know for 2 years that the limit of the camera could only take like a 3-minute clip.
Yeah.
Because all my clips were like a minute or 2 minutes. So it didn't even matter, and no one cared about the quality. And I learned everything about shooting and how to edit with it. So I don't think people really care. And the other point is, you can start with that camera, and you don't even have to share the things that you're doing. You can practice and shoot and edit and learn on what you have.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to add some of that. I agree with that, and I disagree with that. First of all, do the best you can with what you got. So definitely, don't invest in anything until you've actually done some stuff, and then find out. and then find your comfort zone in terms of what you want to create. So you don't have to go beyond a certain point. You know, your storytelling, that's critical. Whatever the story is, it doesn't have to be elaborate, but the storytelling is what keeps people. And then secondly, I would say the audio is really important. Make sure you don't skip on the audio if you can. It's something a lot of people overlook. Sometimes you can't control that. Don't try and invent something that you don't have the tools to do. And don't worry about that. Do the best you can. And then the video, the video comes after. You know, the video is just a way to grab people's attention, but really what you want them to do is listen to what you have to say, or what the content that you're producing, whatever media is concerned, is what you have to say.
Just a quick 2 cents on quality of camera or whatever. I found 2 things that are really important, and more important than actually the camera itself. It's lighting and audio. If you shoot in really poor lighting, there's not much you can do, even with a really, really nice camera. And the same thing if you're trying to shoot in a really loud bar and you can't overcome that noise. I've got some really great videos I've taken of my kids with an iPhone outside in the backyard because it's full, brilliant sunshine, and they look amazing. You think they were done on a much higher quality camera. So those are the 2 things you can kind of control above and beyond just the camera.
Well, it's very bright in my living room.
I mean, the other thing I was going to add to that is what Steve said, and that is be comfortable with whatever you have to start with. Don't always worry about what the next big technology is and adding additional stuff just because you hear about it. Find something that works for you and stick with it. Get to know your equipment. And then if you want to evolve to the next level, great. But just find something you're comfortable with. You know, like people always say, oh, I need Final Cut Pro, I need this. iMovie does a great job. You can get started on iMovie. It's the same
yeah,
type of intuitive,
kind of
nonlinear editing.
thing.
And then if you want to gradually step up to a more robust editing platform, that's great. But get started first, and then worry about the stuff later.
Just talking about quality. You know, quality comes from things that aren't necessarily tied to technology. Don't get caught up in the technology. You're talking about lighting. You know, there's a lot of good lighting here. This is not good lighting. This sort of makes people flat and vampirish looking, which is good. It's a good look, but it may not be appropriate for everything. But if you were to set somebody next to a window, and so that they were getting some natural light, and the shadows were nice and soft on their face, that would look great. If you put them in a corner where there's no light, it wouldn't look so good. So you have to be conscious of your surroundings. What does the sound sound like where you are? Can you go to a better place without having to leave the room? You know, those kinds of things are important as far as, you know, getting away from the idea that the camera or the audio recorder or whatever is going to do all the work for you. You really have to think about, you know, where you are and how that's going to convey the message.
Have we beaten that question?
Okay, so you're talking about like Mac products. I don't have a Mac. I have a PC. Okay. I'm proud to say that. But
it's safe to say that actually at the Microsoft one.
Right. Yeah, actually work here. No, I'm just kidding. So what can you guys recommend? Some beginning software, or some good stuff? Because Windows Movie Maker, it's not. It works, but I'm looking for something a little better than that.
What are you looking to do?
I mean, just better video editing that isn't, I don't know.
Cut and paste. What is it that you want to edit?
Do you use Windows Movie Maker 7? Have you tried that?
I don't know.
So Windows Movie Maker 7, which is free on Microsoft Live, if you have 7 or I guess Vista, it's kind of iMovie-like. It's better. They totally redid Movie Maker. So it's free. You can try that as a start.
I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro right now.
Oh,
it's a little too advanced.
And
the render time is like hours and hours and hours to make like a 4-minute video.
For $99, pick up Adobe Premiere.
Yeah,
well,
there's an Express version of that, which doesn't cost anything, I think, right? Express
$99, I believe. Yeah.
No,
$99.
No, there's
$99.
well, there's actually 3 versions of Premiere. There's Pro, there's Elements, and there's Express. And I think one of them, I think it's Express, is free.
Yeah, I'm on the PC side. I'm also on the Mac side.
He points to me.
The Mac side?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Steve.
It's like that TV commercial. PC? Mac. Get a Mac.
Yeah, but we all like to
I heard a really good expression one time that says that, you know, I'm computer agnostic. You know, it's whatever works on there. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. That's my main editing platform because it takes more formats in than most of the other ones, especially AVC, HD. You don't have to rewrap it and all that kind of stuff. Technology is not really the limitation. It's whatever works and you get used to. Premiere is not intuitive. None of the Final Cut Pros or any of that platform there, they're just, you know, but once you know one, they all kind of work the same. So it's just kind of a building on it.
Does that make sense?
I've had some trouble hosting my videos, especially because of length or just, you know, who's going to own the content. So I have my own website, and I would like to be able to, you know how you can embed a YouTube video, but I would like to embed one from my own hosting site on my site, and I'm not sure where to find the code for that or what format to use. Do you have any suggestions on self-hosting?
I don't know why you'd want to self-host, to be quite honest with you. Both Vimeo and Blip TV offer really nice pro packages at a very low price point. Blip TV is $8 a month. Vimeo, it's I think $10 a month or $59 a year. With Vimeo, you can upload up to 5 gigabytes of HD quality video per week with your pro package. That's pretty substantial, and you can fully customize the player. You can embed it anywhere, and it works. Now they've come up with a universal player that works on iPhone and iPad as well, so it's not just using Flash. So it's a pretty robust thing, and they're providing all the server horsepower. They also allow you to back up your original files there, that you can download the original files whenever you want to with that pro package. So I'm not sure I see it.
I guess I didn't want to double pay, because I'm already paying for hosting, and I have unlimited space.
Do you have a blog? What do you host the blog with?
GoDaddy.
But is it WordPress? Or
WordPress.
WordPress. They have WordPress has something called VideoPress.
Okay.
Where it's in the
So WordPress has VideoPress, and that's just part of the WordPress thing. There's
that's
that's
only if you're on .com, not if you self-host.
I'm on .com.
You're on .com?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
If
sign
you
up for
if you
it.
self-host it, I use TubePress, but that's
So,
VideoPress.
what's the difference? I mean, I have 2 blogs. I mean, but I've had trouble trying to take a video from here and put it on the blogs. I can't seem to do that.
That's an embedding.
But the complexity in what you're trying to do basically is you need somebody with some pretty decent JavaScript skills to create that type of embedding code for you, and the cost, $59 a year. You know what I mean? Go someplace and pay $59 a year or $8 a month. Yes, it's a slightly incremental cost out of pocket, but in terms of the amount of time you would have to spend to create that, or pay somebody to do it for you, you just get the economies of scale of somebody who does it, and that's what they do for a living.
How long are the videos you're trying to put up?
They're over 10 minutes. They range from 20 to 30 minutes.
You really want to get a host like Vimeo or something like that that really has the bandwidth, because that's quite a burden on a server. And you also don't want people to be cheated out of the viewing experience. If it's something that's going to stop and start because the server's slow or overburdened, then that would be a negative aspect. So that's definitely when it becomes valuable to pay for a service, because then you know that it is going to support the video and not just simply be in the way, an impediment.
The other thing you got to consider is sharing is caring. So you want to allow the opportunity for people to share your content on other places. So if you self-host, there's probably not going to be an embed code or anything like that. So these services allow you to share it where people want to share your content.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's nice about YouTube is the second largest search engine. Yeah. So anytime you're doing something, when I look at things, I look at, am I getting links back? Am I in my niche market, and that type of element, because there's just so much out there. So if I'm on YouTube, just by being there and having a tag, if people are looking for whatever you're producing, the odds of being found are much higher, and it's going to attract things back to you.
And on that note, YouTube has a lot of good insights.